Welcome to bowling. This game is going to be streamed on the internet.
We are back here on RioSportsLive.com, and we are set for the opening kickoff here of this football game between the La Féria Lions and the Rio Hondo Bobcats. And thanks again for joining us on a Friday night. Set to go here for the opening kickoff between the Lions and the Bobcats. We're going to check and make sure you can hear this, my friends, as the Bobcats are getting set to kick it off to the Lions. Lions send 2 men back to return this kick. And we are set to go with 12 minutes on the clock. Both teams unbeaten, 5-0 and 5-0, and away we go with the opening kickoff. Rolls up the middle. Going to be a loose football, diving in a big pile, and let's see who gets this. Looks like the Bobcats recover. They do. Coming out of there with it is Gabriel Martinez. The ball just bounced right up the middle of the field, and the Bobcats come up with the first big play of this football game. Now, there is a penalty flag back at the 42-yard line, so let's take a look at what this is all about before they award the football over to the Bobcats. Right now, the ball is spotted at the 30. Bobcats already backpedaling. And it's after the play, an unsportsmanlike called against the Rio Hondo Bobcats. And so the Bobcats offense will have the ball to start this football game. First and so with 3:43 to go here in this first quarter play, the Rio Hondo Bobcats will face 4th down and 15. They'll take a timeout. We'll go ahead and catch fans up that are trying to keep us alive on the live audio stream. Again, UIL rules dictate that we have to provide audio only on a Friday night. A video replay will be available of this. I'll have some highlights available of this game as well. But the audio only forces us to run multiple streams at the same time, and right now it's playing havoc with our audio version of our stream. It's also just wreaking havoc on the commercials I'm trying to run. I've got to leave everything alone. I can't touch anything. And I think we'll be able to broadcast this game the rest of the way. Don't touch it, Mimi, who's on my left-hand side. Mimi, take her up here in the bleachers. I'm going to try to teach her how to run this. But right now I can't touch anything. Pass play for the Bobcats. Down the left-hand side, it's dropped in the direction of Cross Gonzalez, and he had room. Incomplete pass. Punting time for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. 3:48 to go here in this first quarter of play. That was on 4th down, so the Lions will take over. And now we'll see if the Lions can get something going offensively, as this entire first quarter has been played on the Lions side of the midfield stripe. From the 41-yard line. Single back in the backfield. Pass play over on the right sideline. That's up for grabs and incomplete. Darius Hernandez was down there, the intended receiver. Incomplete pass. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down for the Lions. Dickerson in the backfield with that Hernandez. Dickerson's call.
Running play for the Lions goes nowhere. 3:37 to go. Again, apologize, fans, those who have been trying to keep in tune with us on the audio. I think I've got it fixed. I'm not going to touch anything on the computer at all. So at 3rd and 12, I'd rather give you the game as opposed to game, half a commercial, and then nothing. So 3rd down. Lions look to throw. Deep drop. Quarterback flushed out of the pocket, and here goes Hernandez on the run. Slings a pass across the 45-yard line. Short of 1st down yardage on another catch made. A busy guy in the first quarter has been Caleb Flores. Short gain wrapped up on the tackle by Juan Lopez. Punting time for the Lions. They kick it end over end. It's returnable from the 25 to the 30 by the Bobcats out across the 30 to the 35-yard line, and that's where Rio Hondo will take over. 1st and 10. 2:39 remaining here in the first quarter. Bobcats of Rio Hondo took the opening kickoff, which they kicked off, and it was rolling up the middle of the field. They were able to recover it. Lion defense prevented anything from a touchdown perspective, held them to a field goal. And that's been your scoring thus far here in this game. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo from their own 35-yard line. Ortega takes a snap, hands the ball off out across the 35, struggling to the 36-yard line. Finally stood up. First guy to hit him was Jacob Garza. A little extracurricular activity after the play brings a huge groan from the La Féria side. Nothing doing on the penalties. Loss on the play. Check that, a gain of a yard. Makes it 2nd and 9. 2:13 and counting. And on 2nd and 9 for the Bobcats from their own 36. They'll sling a pass right-hand side. It's caught out there by Adrian Torres. Has some room, gets it across the 45, and up for a first down. Stretches to the 46 of the Bobcats. Again, this Bobcat football team, the decision was to try to shut down the deep routes if they could out of the gate. I also talked to the coach, Coach Salinas, and I, as we were walking around here this afternoon. I said, just describe him compared to Raymondville. He said, a lot alike. A lot of schemes that we have to prepare for that are similar. Swing pass, receiver screen right side for the Bobcats, out across the midfield stripe, down to the 44-yard line of the Lions of La Féria. They'll mark him out at the 45. Frank Hernandez a yard shy of a first down, 2nd and 1. A lot of things you can do here from the playbook perspective if you're a Rio Hondo Bobcat. Minute 9 to go. 2 undefeated teams playing here on a Friday night. We're in the first quarter. Hernandez takes a snap over the middle on a crossing route, incomplete pass, looking for across Gonzalez. Gonzalez covered out there, isolated Isaiah Vinto. And an incomplete pass. Like I said, that's more or less a free play for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. It's 3rd and less than a yard to go. Under center for the first time tonight is Ortega. Drives forward after taking the snap. Should have enough for a first down. Needed a half a yard, probably got a yard. And looking where the official's going to spot the football, there's not even going to be a measurement, or will there? It's a first down. First down for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. The drive stays alive. 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter play. Bobcats up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation for Josiah Ortega. Ortega drops back, slings a pass, and it's nearly picked off, incomplete. Gift wrap delivery in the direction of Roberto Fraga. He jumped the route, had the ball right in his eyes. It was a little high in his defense, but right through his hands. Otherwise, that was 6 points for the Lions. 33 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bobcats breathe a sigh of relief after that play. Get a new play from the sidelines. They're a fast-paced offense here, as are the Lions once they get things rolling. Ortega out of a shotgun. Single back in the backfield is Vasquez. Sends a man in motion left to right. Torres hands it off to Vasquez, running right side. Leaps over a man. Got it inside the 45, back to the 42. Gain of 2. 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. 14 seconds left in the quarter. Bobcats don't have to take a snap, and they will have the wind at their back if they elect the clock to run down to zeros. It looks like that's what they're going to do. First quarter comes to an end. Rio Hondo leads this one 3-0. This is RioSportsLive.com. just changing my quarters, my friends. I think it's trying to drop some frames on me. I think we're okay. Keep tabs with me, if you will, on the YouTube production of our audio. I'm trying to monitor that. And so I'm going to be reliant on fans to let me know if the broadcast has gotten back up to speed. I think we're okay as far as the broadcast goes. But again, anytime I touch my computer, I'm going to send it into a... It doesn't like being touched right now, so I'm going to try to leave it alone. 12 minutes on the clock. That means a whole lot of talking for yours truly. Second quarter begins. Rio Hondo will face a third down and call it 8. It's a short 8. They'll have to get it inside the 35 to get a first down of the La Féria Lions. Lions defense has been tested here, but really hasn't given up anything huge as the Bobcats set it up. Josiah Ortega, again, the quarterback, keeps it back in the backfield. 3 receivers, left-hand side, single receiver to the right side, and away we go to start the second quarter of play. Long count for Ortega, drops back, has some time. Pressure up the middle, races right side, gets rid of the ball, it's incomplete. Good pressure that time, delivered by Eric Luna for the La Féria Lions. And with 11:53 to go here in the second quarter of play, the Bobcats of Rio Hondo will send the punt team onto the football field. Lions send no one back to return the kick. Standing in point formation is Josiah Ortega. Remember, that's the starting quarterback. So as is the case when the Lions drop back in punt formation, not necessarily always to punt. Good snap, punt is away. High spiraling kick, looking for the right sideline, takes a bounce inside the 5 and rolls into the end zone. And so the Lions will take over. That was nearly a perfect punt delivered as it bounced at the 5 and was angling towards the pylon on the right side. Nothing doing. 11:44 to go here in the first half. They're listening in from Colorado. Want to send a shout out back to some Lion fans who are chiming in. Randy Cantu, thanks for joining us on the broadcast. Again, the live audio, and we'll have a video replay of this that'll be available immediately after this game. 3-0 score. 1st and 10 for the Lions, wanting to get something going offensively. Appearing to change the play at the line of scrimmage as Dorian Hernandez empties the backfield. Hernandez takes a snap, looks to pass, right side, incomplete. In the direction of Darius Hernandez, he was covered. Had he caught that ball, he would have been about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and there were defenders right there in his face. So the incomplete pass may have been the better of the two decisions there. To catch the pass, lose yards, or in this case, set up 2nd and 10. Hernandez on a quick count, drops back to throw again. Has some time, fires a pass. That's going to be caught outside the 30. And a penalty at the end of that one. Catch made by Emmanuel Sanchez. And the passing game opens up for the Lions, and 15 yards are coming at the end of this. Sanchez caught the ball across the 30. Awkward tackle was made from there, and the official makes the call of a face mask. This entire football game, and we're at 11:31 to go in the first half, has been played on the La Féria Lions side of the midfield stripe. Lions now set up 1st and 10 at their own 47. No huddle offense, or single backfield. Hernandez, the quarterback, drops back, looks to throw again. Deep drop, looking for a big play down the middle. Got a man, incomplete. Darius Hernandez was there. He had beaten the defender, who was Christian Soto, and an incomplete pass. See if I can plug my phone in, and maybe that won't. I didn't touch a computer. I'm just trying to plug my phone in. It's good. We're good to go. Second down play goes for a couple of yards. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the La Féria Lions. 11-10 and counting here in this first half of play. Lions from their own 40, call it the 47-yard line. Got to get it inside the 45 of the Bobcats to get a first down. Hernandez has time, rolling right, fires it right, low, and picked off by the Bobcats. Interception. Isaac Rodriguez makes the pick. Bobcats take over with 10:53 to go. A low delivery and just a great read that time to get that interception. 1st and 10, Rio Hondo takes over at their own 44-yard line. Clock stops with 10:53 remaining here in the first half of play. Bobcats in a shotgun formation. Back on the field, Ortega looks to pass, left sideline, caught, nice job in traffic. Frank Hernandez with a catch. And that'll move the ball back into the La Féria side of the midfield stripe, back to their own 41. Bobcats offense marching again, 1st and 10. Again, time of possession, field possession, everything advantage right now. Rio Hondo up the middle, big running play in the secondary, breaking some tackles, down to the 25-yard line. On a carry is Daniel Vasquez. Penalty on the play behind the 30-yard line, and this may be coming back. 10:33 to go. That'll be a hold against the Bobcats, and the Lions can breathe a sigh of release on that. They're checking in from Kingsville. Also listening in San Antonio. Want to send shouts out to all these fans that are touching base with our game coverage here tonight. From La Féria High School in La Féria, Texas on a Friday night. Rio Hondo brought a ton. La Féria has doubled them in crowd size, and that's hard to do. 10:33 to go. On 1st down, ton of time for Ortega over the middle. Catch is made at the Lion 35. Adrian Torres makes the catch, takes the big hit. 2nd down and 4 yards to go for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Clock running with 10:17 to go here in the first half. Ortega takes a snap, hands the ball off, running play off a right guard. First carry this time to Jesus Garay. Garay gains short yardage. 3rd and 3 coming, well, I'll call it 2. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. They're checking in from Burleson, Texas. Give a shout out in that direction as well, fans. If you're tuning in on our YouTube channel, be sure you subscribe to the channel. Also reminding you on our Facebook, we'll have highlights coming later on. A lot of movement up front, penalty flags raining in. And if the Lions were drawn off, well, then this will be against Rio Hondo. But it looks like the Lions defensively jumped the snap. 5 yards against La Féria. 1st down for Rio Hondo. They'll march the penalty off and take it inside the 30. Spotted down at the 28. My wife's standing beside me. How long will she make it standing up tonight? I don't know. 9:38 to go. Shotgun formation for the Bobcats. They'll look to swing a pass right side. That's a drop ball. It's a loose football. Finally, they'll blow it dead. I don't think the Lions realized that was being declared a lateral by the officials. They had an opportunity to recover that. Bobcats finally did when they realized the whistle hadn't blown. And so Rio Hondo keeps possession of the football. From inside the Lion 30, call it the 29. 2nd and 10. Ortega takes a look at the defense. 3 receivers, left-hand side. Looks to pass over the right side. Intercepted. Here come the Lions. Ball stripped away but recovered. Lions defense gets a turnover. 8:59 to go, and the Lions make a big play. Now there's a penalty at the end of that play. So we'll take a look at what that's all about. They'll call that against the Bobcats. Decline the penalty. Lions take over. And maybe that on the Lions side will spark this offense, which right now has been held in check in this football game. 8:59 to go. We're in the second quarter. Fans, again, we appreciate you joining us here on our broadcast here from La Féria, Texas. 3-0 ball game. Lions offense, Dorian Hernandez will try to get them ramped up. Twin receivers left and right, single back in the backfield. Drops back to throw. Deep drop with time over the middle. And it's going to be incomplete. Back there was Christian Soto defensively. And he looked that ball right into and out of his hands. The intended receiver was back there. That was Emmanuel Sanchez, but that ball was over his head. Incomplete pass, second down, and both teams showing a willingness to go downfield against the other's secondary. 2nd and 10 for Dorian Hernandez. Hernandez sends a man in motion, that's Sanchez. Hands it off. No, Hernandez keeps it. Running play across the 20. 4-yard gain. Third and 6 yards coming up. For the La Féria Lions. They need a couple of first downs here, give their defense a break at least. Hernandez out of a shotgun. Drops back to throw. Gets away from pressure, steps up, delivers a pass, and it's dropped incomplete. Off the hands of Isaac Rodriguez. And you go back and look at that play from a couple of angles for the Lions. First of all, it was there. That was intended for Darius Hernandez. He was there, but also further downfield was Noe Konda, who was wide open on that play. Punting time as Hernandez drops back in punt formation for the Lions. Low snap, nice job of getting to it. He's going to fake it. Trying to get to the corner, hit across the 20. Will not get the first down, and Rio Hondo will take over deep in La Féria Lion territory. Start a drive at the 24. It was a low snap. Hernandez did a good job of fielding it, but then he looked up. He just spotted too many defenders coming in to try to get the punt away. Tucked it, tried to get left side. There wasn't a wall established. And he's brought down. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. 8:14 left here in the half. Shotgun formation for Ortega. Turns, hands the ball off, and a running play goes nowhere. Vasquez was met at the line of scrimmage and then thrown backwards. 2 guys were there. Jacob Garza, and also in on the play was Aja Hernandez. 2nd down coming up for the Rio Hondo Bobcats, trying to capitalize on this good field position. Ball back at the 25. 7:45 to go in the half. Ortega looks to throw. Rolls left, throws left. Diving catch is made inside the 20. Adrian Torres was open, made the catch, but his momentum was carrying him forward, had to leap and stretch. And so he's brought down 5 yards shy of first down yardage. From the just inside the 20-yard line of the Lions. 2nd time in the night that the Bobcats have been in the red zone. Last time they got a field goal out of the deal. This time on 3rd and 5, Ortega sets him down. Single back, stands at his left-hand side. He'll hand it off. Running play, stretching forward. That's short of first down yardage on a carry by Daniel Vasquez. He'll be brought down shy of the 15, meaning it's 4th and 1 coming up, and a decision for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. They're keeping the offense on the field. Ortega stands at the line, and movement on the line of scrimmage. That's against the Bobcats. I'm not sure he was going to take a snap or not, but certainly it changes the complexion of the decision for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. It's now 4th and 6 as the ball is brought back outside the 20 of the La Féria Lions. Clock running, 6:40 to go here in this first half. Bobcats in a shotgun formation. Ortega drops back, rolls right. Has some time, delivers a pass. It's going to be caught near the 15-yard line. Let's take a look at the spot. Shy of the 15, which would mean it's not enough for a first down if they mark it down. They'll look across the field. The down marker is right on the 15, and it's not enough. Turnover on downs, and the La Féria Lions defense comes up with a big play. 6:25 left in the half, and the Lions send the offense back on the football field. Again, time of possession, field position, everything advantage Rio Hondo, and the score reflects that 3-0, but yet La Féria right there. One drive could turn this thing around. And they've had some plays that were ever so close to breaking for big yardage. They'll start out in a huddle. Hernandez breaks them out. Dorian Hernandez has two receivers. That's Noe Conda and Emmanuel Sanchez to his left-hand side. Takes a snap, hands it off. Running play right side. Stretching forward, no gain on the play, maybe a loss of a yard. Trying to get to that right side was Avishai Dickerson. Pressure that time, slicing through left side defensively. For the Rio Hondo Bobcats, they kind of blew that play up before it went forward. 6:08 left here in the half. Lions in a shotgun formation. Dorian Hernandez sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff. Now he does hand it off. Run it right side again, spinning forward. Gaining a couple yards that time, it was Dickerson again. But still 3rd and long coming up for the La Féria Lions. And their defense is over here on the sideline just kind of looking over, saying, come on, guys, get a couple of first downs. Let us catch our breath here. 5:33 to go. Hernandez needs every bit of 9 yards. Rolls out, looks to throw. Over the middle, caught at the 30-yard line. That's a first down. Good route that time, run by Jacob Garza. He cut the route off in front of Christian Soto. Soto made the tackle, but that's a good first down for the La Féria Lions. They'll move the chains and sustain the drive. 5:18 and counting here in the half. Hernandez. Long count this time. Takes a snap. Swings a pass right side. Caught by Sanchez. Looking for a block. Turns it upfield. Thrown forward across the 40-yard line. They'll say he was out of bounds, just shy of that. So they'll mark it down for a 7-yard gain to the 37-yard line of the La Féria Lions. 7-yard pitch and catch that time from Darius Hernandez to Emmanuel Sanchez. Dorian Hernandez, that is. Shotgun formation on 2nd and short. Turns, runs the option, swings a pass out, left side, caught and blown up. Big tackle made that time by Christopher Garza. Receiver was Noe Conda, who made the catch, but that's a loss on the play of a couple of yards for the La Féria Lions. 3rd and 6. Lions are going to have to get across their 40-yard line to get a first down. Clock running, 4:12 to go here in the half. Shotgun formation for Dorian Hernandez. Hernandez on a long count. Drops back to throw. Has some time. Now rolls out right side. Buys some more time. Looking upfield. Delivers a pass, and it's dropped. Right into the hands of Sanchez. That would have been enough for a first down across the 40. And 4th down, punting time for the La Féria Lions. As the clock stops with 3:53 left here in the second quarter. Back to punt. Hernandez stands in short position. Takes it, gets the kick away. High spiraling kick over the return man's head. Takes a Lion bounce inside the 20 all the way down to the 17-yard line. This will be the worst field position for the Rio Hondo Bobcats here in the first half, but their offense nonetheless is back on the field with 3:45 left here in this second quarter of play. At halftime, I'm going to just keep talking, my friends. I'm just going to have to keep doing that. I'd love to be playing some commercial breaks here right now, but at this point in time, and so first down for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. They'll start this drive at their own 17-yard line. Ortega has Vasquez in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left-hand side. Hands the ball off. It's Vasquez. Dives forward. Got to the 20. 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up. Look at timeouts left. The Bobcats had to burn a timeout in the first quarter, so they have 2 left. La Féria, if they can get a stop here and maybe flip this field position, they have all three of theirs left. 3:23 left here in the half. Swing pass, left-hand side. Receiver screen, dropped. That was in the direction of Adrian Torres. And so now the La Féria Lions can pin their ears back with hopes of getting the football back in pretty good field position if they can get a stop here. Third down for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. Ortega, twin receivers left and right. Vasquez in the backfield stands at his left-hand side. On third and long, they'll look to throw. Ortega rushed up the middle. Looks to keep it, gonna run, gets to the 25, steps out of bounds, and they'll mark him out where? At the 26, which is not gonna be enough for a first down. That's a yard short. 4th and 1 for the Bobcats from their own 26. And right now they appear to bring the punting team in. If the Lions can force this punt, again, they should get good field position out of this. And you can erase, from statistic perspective, Rio Hondo's offense has been on the field for the first half, has got more yards. But you can erase all of that with 3 minutes and 11 seconds. The punt is away. No one back to return this kick. Takes a Rio Hondo bounce inside the 30-yard line and touched at the 32 of the Lions. Billy Watson watching from Lubbock, Texas. Want to send a shout out to Billy, who did a terrific job broadcasting the Harlingen game last Saturday. Billy, a graduate here from La Féria, currently attending Texas Tech University, helped us out during the summer. He was texting me earlier today. Yes, we're here, Billy. We made it. We were here all during the daytime. So the La Féria Lion catching up from Lubbock. First down play for the Lions. Their offense, again, needs to get something going here. Dorian Hernandez stands to take this snap near his 20-yard line. 3 minutes left here in the half. Hernandez appears to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 10. Hernandez waits for the snap. A long count. Play clock down to 5. Man in motion left to right. High snap. Handoff. Motion man gets it. Turns it upfield. Drags a couple of ball carries out across the 30. That's Christopher Diaz on the carry. He'll gain 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. Again, the Lions have all 3 of their timeouts left. 2:41 and counting here in the first half in a 3-0 game. Shotgun for Dorian Hernandez. Looks to the sideline. Play clock at 20. Game clock at 2:30. 2nd and 6 for the Lions from their own 31. Hernandez keeps it himself. Tries to get to that left side. Leaps over a man. Drives out to the 35-yard line. That's short of first down yardage. So the clock will continue to run and bring up a 3rd and 1 for the La Féria Lions. Hernandez in a shotgun formation here. Clock running. Minute 57 left in the half on 3rd and short. A lot of pressure coming up the middle for the Bobcats. They'll run the ball, and they'll not get a first down. Dickerson, the ball carrier, and he did not get across the 35. They needed to get to near the 37 to get a first down. Now the Rio Hondo Bobcats will burn their 2nd time out of the first half. Stops with a minute 39 to go. At halftime, the La Féria band is already set to go and perform. Rio Hondo band has been out there warming up as well. And those watching on the replay will be able to see the bands. Normally I would take a break and we would run some commercials, but again, I'm going to tell you, fans that are watching, at this point in time, the way these Friday games are going, we are doing some things on the fly, trying to adjust some settings. Right now we haven't fully cracked the code on broadcasting an audio and a video game simultaneously on some of our machines. I happen to draw the short stick tonight on this one. 4th down play for the Lions. They appear to keep the offense on the field. That means Dorian Hernandez lines up in a shotgun. They got to get across the 37 to get a first down. Fourth down from their own 35. Now they'll drop back into punt formation. Hernandez takes a snap, gets the kick away. No one back to return this. Takes a Rio Hondo bounce and rolls dead at the Bobcat 34. Minute 30 left in the half. Bobcats will send the offense onto the football field in a game that started off with a field goal, and that's all we've got to show for it on the scoreboard thus far here in the first half. Let's just see how far open this Bobcat team will stretch the playbook here. They'll get the ball to start the second half. They'll run it to Vasquez up the middle. Got across the 35 to the 37. That's a gain of 3. Clock will run with a minute 19 to go. Bobcats have 1 timeout remaining. Appear to be in no real hurry for a team that normally is in a fast-paced offense here in this game. Second down, they gave them a kind spot of 5 yards. So 2nd and 5, this time a pass play. Over the left-hand side, that's incomplete. Over the hands of Frank Hernandez, and on the tip drill, the Lions nearly had a pick. We're under a minute left in the half. 57 ticks left, and now 3rd down. And again, you look at the Lions, they have 3 timeouts left. So if they can get a stop here, they can again get another chance for their offense to ignite something and get some production to close out this first half. 3rd down play. Ortega swings a pass left side. That's across the 45. That's a catch for a first down. Sliding catch made by Cross Gonzalez. They'll stop the clock to mark the football down, and now they'll crank it up. 50 seconds left here in the half. Ortega has him set, takes a snap, rolls out left-hand side. Looking, still looking, over the middle, incomplete. Here come the penalty flags. Clock stops with 38 seconds to go, and this may be a hold against the La Féria Lions in the secondary. The flag was thrown, well, there were 3 flags eventually thrown, 2 of them right at the point of the reception. It's an ineligible player downfield for Rio Hondo. And then pass interference against the Lions. So that's offsetting penalties. So all that did was take some time off the clock. Stops the clock with 38 seconds remaining, and it's still first down for Rio Hondo. And now La Féria will burn their first of 3 timeouts here in this first half. Other games coming your way tonight. We're in Edinburgh, we're in Brownsville, we're in Roma, we're in PSJA, we're in Sherryland, here in La Féria. Looking ahead next week, there's a big volleyball matchup. There's 2 volleyball games going on tomorrow, and we're trying to look at the ability of covering those. Hidalgo takes on La Féria. That's a big one, and we may be able to broadcast that for you. We're also looking at the Santa Rosa at Lyford game. That's for a district title if you take a look at the way that plays out. Santa Rosa unbeaten. Lyford's lost once, and that was the Santa Rosa. We had meetings with basketball coaches this week, and we got all the schedules for all the tournaments. We'll be here for La Féria for their basketball tournament this year. So we scripted out all of the potential tournaments. Talk about that at halftime. First down play for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo after the timeout. Ortega looks to throw. Pressure up the middle. Gets away from a man. Still has time. Fires the ball over the middle. Tipped away. Incomplete. Penalty thrown on the sideline. After the play, a penalty was thrown on the sideline of the La Féria Lions. Clock stops with 30 seconds to go, and that may be a sideline warning. I've seen those called. They're already trying to push guys back on the sideline. So I don't think there will be any penalty yards assessed on this. I think it'll just be a warning to the Lions. So stops the clock with 30 seconds to go. Incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Looking ahead to the 3rd quarter, the Bobcats will get the ball to start the 2nd half. Empty backfield for Josiah Ortega. Pressure coming from the right side for the La Féria Lions. At least they show that, and here they come. They pick it up. He's got time, delivers the ball over the middle. It's caught inside the 40 of the Lions, and then brought down at the 39. Vasquez ran the route. Now the Bobcats will have to burn their final timeout. Stops play with 21 seconds left in the half. Rio Hondo will have it 1st and 10 at the La Féria 30, call it the 38. Battle of unbeatens here tonight on a Friday night. Turned out to be a real nice evening. Just shy of cold, says Mimi. Mimi says it's cold. My wife kind of looked at her like, what? Want to invite everyone out to Jackson Street tomorrow. Market days taking place on historic downtown Harlingen at Jackson Street. A lot of vendors will be out there at our store. I've got a lot of vinyl records I'll be putting out. Come out and visit with us, at least before I head out to a broadcast near you. Highlights of this game will be coming up immediately following this game. We'll also have a video replay of it for you to watch later on. Right now, Rio Hondo has the only points on the game. Pass play, Ortega has a ton of time, looks deep downfield, overthrows everybody. Ortega just unleashed that one. That was a good 50 yards downfield from where he delivered that pass. Pressure was coming up the middle, as in the backfield was Aja Hernandez, who just about got to Ortega. Clock stops with 14 seconds left here in the half. Bobcats 2nd and 10. If they get a 1st down, the chains will move, and therefore the clock will stop. Lions trying to push this into halftime. Keep it right here at a 3-0 game. Ortega looks to throw again. Fires it, left-hand side in traffic. It's going to be caught, a diving catch by Vasquez at the 10. 6 seconds left in the half. Vasquez in traffic. They mark the football down. 3 seconds, 2. They'll down it with 1 second to go in the half. Now the play clock, or the game clock, is at 0 right now, but when he downed the ball, how much time was on? We'll let the officials make that call. I'm not. I think they're gonna put 2 seconds back on the clock. And so now with 2 seconds remaining in the half, the Rio Hondo Bobcats will get a chance to bring the field goal unit onto the field. They lead 3-0. Looking for a field goal here to close out the half. Timeout called by the La Féria. Check that. They're signaling a timeout called by the Bobcats. That's not correct. Lions called that timeout. Fans, in 2 weeks will be October 19th. That'll be our 1-year anniversary for starting Real Sports Live. Tonight, we know already, we've already taken a look at the numbers. We'll go over 3 million minutes viewed on games here of athletes here in the Rio Grande Valley. We've done over 500 games, 3 million minutes viewed of sports, not just football. Volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, boys and girls basketball, boys and girls soccer. On the 19th will be our birthday. We'll also be setting up at Raymondville. I can tell you that'll be where I'm at already, and we want to invite everyone out to join us for Real Sports Live's 1-year birthday. Another timeout called by the Lions of La Féria. They're trying to ice the kicker. Cesar Figueroa is the kicker for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. He got that first quarter field goal. That's the only points on the board so far. 3-0 game. I talked to Coach Salinas again at length this afternoon, and I asked him outright, if both teams play to their abilities, Coach, straight down the line, is this a 42-35 game or is this a 21-14 or a 14-10 game? He goes, it's a 14-10 game, Joe, if we both play as good as I think we can. 3-0 reflects they're both playing pretty well right now. Field goal time for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. This is Cesar Figueroa out of the hold of Cross Gonzalez. 28-yard attempt, ball down, kick away, plenty of leg at the buzzer, and it's good. Bobcats 6-0 at the half. I'll probably kill my computer by doing it, but I'll change the score. And we've reached halftime. $6-0 ball game. They put 31 minutes on the clock. I'm just going to keep the microphone on. You can hear the band. And those watching the video replay will be able to see the band and as well be able to keep tabs of the performance of the Rio Hondo Marching Band and the La Féria Lions Marching Band at halftime.
You guys are good. Okay, all right.
Fans, again, we thank you for joining us here at La Féria. We're at halftime. I'm going to go ahead and keep the microphone rolling. Again, I'm up against just a little bit to give you a little behind the scenes here. My wife's going to take a trip down somehow, if she can get down these bleachers. She made it down. All right, good for her. My wife Dahlia at the helm at the camera. Again, because of the constraints, the way the computer's operating tonight, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it right here with the audio going. We're at halftime. It is a 6-0 game. Rio Hondo Bobcats scored the game's first points. That happened after the opening kickoff resulted in a fumble that was recovered by the Bobcats. They got the ball deep in the red zone, as close as the 10-yard line, but the Lions of La Féria stiffened up defensively, pushed it back into a field goal. That stuck until the last play of the half, in which the Bobcats were able to kick a field goal and double their score with one play. And that's it, 6-0 ball game at the halftime break. $6-0 game. Go ahead and keep the microphone on for teams to listen in here. Jaime Lopez says both teams making big plays, but also big mistakes. You're right, Jaime. They had some big plays, but they also had some plays that it's not necessarily mistakes. There's balls delivered that receivers are just breaking off of routes. It's just a little timing issue. And there's plays out here that would scare defensive coordinators to death, saying, wow, if they connect there, and I'm talking about Lions or Bobcats, then, yeah, there's big plays to be had when either one of these offenses is on the field. So 6-0, I don't think that's going to be our final score. I think we're going to see some touchdowns in the second half. But, again, talking with Coach Salinas, he wouldn't be surprised if this was a 21-10, 21-14, 14-10 kind of game. And the winner will get out of here with a victory, and the loser will certainly be saying, we could have won that football game. And that's just at halftime, taking a look at what we may be saying at the end of this one. Next week, we're going to be in San Benito for the Battle of the Arroyo. Harlingen and San Benito will be squaring off in a District 32-6A. Normally, that wraps up District 32-6A, but this year, out of the gate, they'll play that one. There's some other big games coming up for you next week as well. And then again on October 19th, we'll be in Raymondville for this Rio Hondo team taking on Raymondville. That'll be our first shot at using our roving trailer and our portable production studios if all goes well. Our thanks again to the advertisers who have been assisting us in broadcasting. I'm looking for sales individuals. If you don't see any commercials running right now, it's because I don't have any true blown sales for Rio Hondo sponsors nor La Féria sponsors. So in reality, I'm just doing this game for the fans. I'll let my microphone hear the sound of the band at halftime. Absolutely can't touch it. If I touch it, it goes encoder error, and this one shuts off because it's trying to reconnect. Because we have to run two of these, this processor isn't strong enough to handle this. When we bought it, I bought the computers, and we were only running one of these. We were good for that. But UIL won't let us continue to live Friday night. I got to run this one, so this is what fans will see. You may not see this later. Tonight, the only way to do that is to record this. Record this. It's on. And 320 program entitled Sweet Dreams. Part 1 is entitled Supplements and contains music and basketball sponsors and this is the supply for the program network on the NDLF. Part 2 is Chocolate. Good for your information by having you new with a flip code by my website. Part 3, Marshmallow, which is the music for every one of you at the night. I'll have some caffeine later. I'll buy a good one. Oh, no. Our banner is huge, but it doesn't look very big now, does it? So yeah, people can still see it.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the Rio Hondo Bobcat Band.
We were consistent over 50. Down to 30 now.
Bobcat band is in the direction of Mr. Juan Manuel Martínez II, Mr. Pablo Maricela, Mr. Boris Liston III, Mr. Mark Montelongo, Mr. Louis Agaga Jr., Mrs. Erin Roberts, and Monty Check Christian Sanduma. Color guard is in the direction of Felicia Juarez. The band would like to thank the RHID School Board and Administration for their unwavering support. Principal Asael Yalcaba and Superintendent Ismael Garcia. Bobcat band would also like to take the time to wish the best of luck to the line band under the Pelican Marching.
Rio Hondo Marching Band makes their way off the field. The Féria Lions will now bring their band on. We got 18 minutes left before kickoff. It's a 6-0 game. We are at halftime in La Féria, broadcasting here from the top row of the bleachers on the home side. Our thanks again to La Féria School District for assisting us in finding a way to get this game on. And special thanks to some of the fans that accommodated us by having to move from some of the seats in which they had purchased. They kind of moved down the line a little bit in front of the press box here, maintain their placement on top row at least. And again, our thanks to the school district for providing us a place to broadcast the game. I'm going to keep the microphone running. Again, it's a 6-0 ball game. Rio Hondo's on top, and the Rio Hondo Bobcats will get the ball to start the second half of play. We haven't seen a sign yet of either team returning from the halftime locker room, but a game that, regardless of what is said in those halftime locker rooms, among the things said is going to be the fact that both teams are going to be able to say we can win this football game, and indeed are a couple of plays away from pulling that off. Again, we'll keep it going so you can hear the marching band and the performance of the La Féria Lions.
Gold Stars Drill Team. The Gold Stars are winners of 108 Superior Ribbons and American Dance and Drill Team's Award of Excellence. The Gold Stars are proud to announce that they will have the distinct honor and privilege to perform with the legendary Rockettes in New York City in March 2019.
I'm going to share with me.
The 2018 captain is a Diamond Sweepstakes winner and Grand Champions officer. Senior, 6-time All-American, 2-time Kit Company, 4-time Dance Company, 2-time Division I soloist, 2-time Outstanding Performer Award, and the 2-time Miss High Kick, Captain Arissa Benavides. And Gold Star of the Week is Freshman Pizzazz Award and Kit Company, Leslie Lozoya. The Gold Stars are under the direction of Scarlett Sanchez. Tonight, the Gold Stars will be performing a palm routine to the song titled Problem.
That after kids, you know, but they might have waters in there. They might have waters in there. 7th inning stretched.
The La Féria Independent School District proudly presents the Tempo of La Féria High School. It's band night at Lion Stadium. Tonight, the La Féria High School band honors 6 of their own. Introducing first, Prince Isaac Gonzalez. Isaac Gonzalez is the 17-year-old son of the late Guadalupe Gonzalez and Maria Isabel de la Cruz. He's an active member of the Environmental Club, Hondo Choir, PCT, CMA. He has participated in the 2017 All-Region Choir and advanced to area receiving first alternate at state. Isaac is a 4-year member of the LFHS band. He hopes to attend Texas A&M University, Kingsville, and plans to study as a vocal music educator and be part of the Javelina Marching Band. Isaac would like to thank all of his music directors and his coach for pushing him to thrive and grow. Another big thank you to his friends and family, especially his mom and stepdad. Isaac, quote, I don't know what I would be without you guys. No matter how much I say I love you, it will never be enough to show you how much I actually do. Also, Prince Edward Quintero. Edward Quintero is the son of Daniel and Patricia Garcia. Edward has been a member of the Mighty Lion Marching Band for 4 years as a member of the front ensemble. Edward has also been a member of the UIL debate, jazz band, and a student athletic trainer. Edward plans to attend Texas A&M University College Station to study political science. His goal is to attend law school and be an attorney. Edward would like to thank the following people: his family and friends, band directors, the band boosters, Henderson and Smith, and lastly, the boys. Thanks to every single one of these people for pushing me to be my best. Love you guys. Also introducing Celeste Alejo. Celeste Alejo is the 17-year-old daughter of Jesus and Patricia Alejo. She is the youngest of 3 siblings. Celeste has been in band since the 6th grade and a member of the jazz band since her freshman year. She's also participated in solo and ensemble and advanced to state for the past 3 years. In the future, Celeste hopes to study and become an optometrist. She would like to thank Mr. Zamora for always pushing her to be the best. Another huge thank you to her, family, and friends, especially her mom and dad, for always being there and helping her be who she is today. I love you all more than words can describe. Also introducing our other princess, Amelia Treviño. Amelia has been in band for the past 7 years. In the past 2 years, Amelia has been drum major. In 2016, the LFHS marching band advanced to state, making Amelia a state marcher. She was in Mr. Samona's symphonic concert band for 2 years, playing the bass clarinet and clarinet. Other accomplishments include being a two-time state qualifier for cooking in Skills USA, being president of the Culinary Club for the past 2 years, and being number 9 in her graduating class. Amelia plans to attend Texas A&M College Station to study electronic systems engineering technology. She would like to thank her mom, grandparents, family, and friends for everything that they have done. No amount of words can explain how appreciative she is for everything that all of you all have done for her. I love you all. And now, the band Miguel Garcia. Miguel is the son of Bridget Ortiz and Simone Garcia. He is an active participant in Hondo, track, UIL social studies, the marching and jazz bands. Miguel's achievements include La Féria La Féria Jazz Band, All Region Band, 3 years in a row, State Marching Band Competition, State Solo and Ensemble, and ATSSB, All State Symphonic Band. Miguel's future plans include attending Stephen F. Austin University in Nacogdoches, Texas, and majoring in music with a minor in computer networking. Miguel would like to thank all his friends and family for all their support. A special thank you to Mr. McDad and to Mr. Benitez for pushing him to strive greatness. Without the help, love, and support from all of you, I would not be where I am today. What would you say you guys are the proud ones, but in reality, I'm the one repping you guys. I love you all. And now, the band sweetheart, Elizabeth Barrera. Introducing the 2018 Féria band sweetheart, Elizabeth Marie Barrera. Elizabeth is the daughter of Michael and Sonia Rodriguez. She's been a band member for the past 7 years. She plans on attending UTSA and majoring in kinesiology with a specialization in physical therapy. Elizabeth would like to thank her friends, her family, and her mother for being her best friend and constantly making sure she succeeds at everything. Elizabeth would also like to thank her father for taking time off to be here and for being her source of motivation. She says, I love you, Mom, and I love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad, for your time, for your sacrifice to the band. Your hard work is still unnoticed. Thank you, band. Thank you for all you've given and your friendships and memories last in tears to last a lifetime. A big thank you to the band directors because of you and your programs. She says, I have a countless number of unforgettable memories. Words cannot express how thankful she is for all these years. Thank you very much. That is Miguel Garcia and Elizabeth Barrera. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to the 2018 Féria High School Band Sweetheart, both Prince and Princesses. Couple of scores to pass along, ladies and gentlemen. Valley View Tigers lead at Cal Delta 23-0. That is a half. Southwest Warriors, Heavenville Longhorns have a 14-12 lead at half. Edward Belmont leads 28-7 over Edward Ladies at also at half. PSJ Bears have a 10-7 lead over PSJ North Raiders. Other scores, Blackbird Bulldogs, their homecoming tonight, 27-3 lead over Victorious. McAllen Memorial Mustangs have a 20-3 lead over La Jolla. Mission Eagles lead Magpie 37-0. That is at half. McAllen Union Warriors with a 28-0 lead over Rogers Lincoln Huskies. Orange Grove Bulldogs with a 30-25 lead over Raymondville Bearcats. And the Eagle Pirates, 21-0 lead over Brownsville St. Joseph Bloodhounds at the half. Other scores pass along. Veterans Memorial Chargers, 29-3 over Porter. Sharon leads Rolla, 35-0. That also at the half. Portisville Falcons with a 27-21 lead over Magnolia. Sharyland Pioneers with a 21-0 lead over Mercedes. Rio Grande City Rattlers are leading ESJ Memorial 14-0 at half. Corpus Christi London Pirates 20-0 lead over Monte Alto. That is the second quarter.
Back here, and thanks again for joining us here for RioSportsLive.com coverage of high school football on a Friday night. As the second half is ready to roll, 52 seconds on the clock. We have yet to have the entrance of the two football teams. It is a 6-0 game. Our appreciation again to the La Féria School District and to the Rio Hondo School Districts for allowing us to broadcast this game. And as the band ramps it up, the La Féria Lions walk out onto the football field first, and this is a team that will be on a mission to get some offense going here in this second half, as they were shut out in the first half by the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Bobcats make their way out on the field. And again, we are set to go for the second half. Rio Hondo on the strength of 2 field goals in the first half. That's it in the scoring department. And thus far, that's enough for Rio Hondo, the visitors, to have a lead as we get set to start this second half of play. From the top row of the bleachers on the home side at La Féria, and our, again, appreciation for allowing us to broadcast the game here. True appreciation to some fans that made the accommodations of moving their seats that were assigned here just down on the front row to allow us and allow the coaching staff. The coaching staff was forced to move over here as well, as Rio Hondo, their coaching staff took over the entire area, which normally is the film area for the visitors. And so we're set to go. It will be the Rio Hondo Bobcats receiving the football to start the second half. And we do a thank you guys for joining us here for our broadcast. Bobcats will be returning the ball to start this second half. La Féria Lions, again, their defense did some things that were good enough to keep them in this football game, because that first half, if you had to dissect it down, 70% of it was operating with Rio Hondo's offense on the football field, and in most cases on the La Féria side of the 50, and yet the Lions held them to 2 field goals. Bobcats will be going from the north to the south to start this second half. 2 men back, actually 3 men back to return the kick. Standing in the center is Daniel Vasquez at his 8-yard line waiting for the kick, and here it comes from Arnold Gonzalez. To the side of the field, that'll bounce out of bounds. And then a penalty's thrown as the ball went out of bounds. So we'll sort out a penalty to start this second half of play. 6-0 game. And the penalty, the easy call on the penalty was the ball went out of bounds. The next thing in question is there was a hit delivered right about the time the ball went out of bounds, and they may get unnecessary roughness against the La Féria Lions, which would set up this Rio Hondo Bobcat in good field position for their offense to start the second half. Audio only on a Friday. I know there were some fans tuning in hoping they could watch this game, and the only thing I can tell you there is enjoy the games on Thursdays and Saturdays. When games are scheduled there, we do have live video. All right, so the kick out of bounds is against La Féria. And then after the play, here comes the unsportsmanlike against La Féria. So the Lions will not be forced to re-kick. The Bobcats will take that second penalty, and they'll mark the ball down at the 46-yard line, or the 45-yard line of the Rio Hondo Bobcats to start this third quarter play. "12 minutes on the clock, third quarter, ready to roll. Rio Hondo missed on some opportunities in the first half. Some plays were open. So were the case for the Lion offense as well. First down play for the second half. Running play, Vasquez dances left-hand side. Runs into his own man and bounces out to the 50. That's a 5-yard gain on first down on a carry by Daniel Vasquez. And in one play, Rio Hondo now can be right back on the La Féria side of the 50, which is where they played most of this first half. Now we're in the second. Single back in the backfield. This time is going to be Jesus Garay. Garay stands to the right side of quarterback Josiah Ortega. It's a sweep, receiver sweep, and he's brought down. There's a penalty behind the play as well. Adrian Torres on the carry, but not getting fooled at all was Troy Mendez, and there's a hold on the play against Rio Hondo. So they'll take that hold, which is the flag was thrown back around the 45, which is the original line of scrimmage. They'll move the ball back across the 40. And Rio Hondo will still be set up second down. Now 15 yards to go. 11:08 and counting here in the third quarter play. Bobcats in a shotgun formation. Josiah Ortega. Ortega takes the snap, rolls out, looking, has some pressure, now delivers a pass. It's caught and then dropped. And then a penalty's thrown to the secondary. And we'll see what this one's about. Hit was delivered. Lions are pointing as if this is against the Rio Hondo Bobcats. And it'll be an ineligible receiver downfield, or is it? It is. One of the linemen had released a little early for the Bobcats. So it's an incomplete pass. Lions will decline the penalty. And Rio Hondo will face 3rd and 15. Ortega keeps Garay in the backfield. 3 receivers right side on this third down play. Drops back to throw, hesitates, delivers a pass in traffic, incomplete. Settling in was Cross Gonzalez, but he had 4 defenders around him. Even if he would have caught that ball, it was going to be at the 50-yard line. Well short of first down yardage, and the La Féria Lions defense gets a stop right out of the gate on the first possession of the second half. The Bobcats of Rio Hondo are forced to punt. They'll drop back Ortega in punt formation. Back to return the kick is Darius Hernandez. Good snap, kick is away. High kick, Hernandez drifts over, lets it bounce. Gonna let it roll inside the 15 all the way down to the 11-yard line, and that's where the La Féria Lions will have it for the first time here in the second half. 10:37 remaining in the third quarter. Lions offense comes on the field. We'll see what adjustments were made from their perspective of trying to get something going against Rio Hondo's defense. 6-0 game, 2 field goals, that's it on the scoreboard thus far tonight. You just get the feeling that's not enough. 6 points is not going to be where we end up. I'm going to guess the first to 20 in the driver's seat to win this. We'll see if that stands. Lions on the field for the first time in the second half. Dorian Hernandez runs the quarterback. Lines up, single back in the backfield, twin receivers left. Wants to throw on first down, delivers a pass, it's caught. Sanchez makes the catch. He's brought down out across the 15-yard line. Defender shaken up a bit on that hit. And with 10:25 left in the third quarter, one of the Rio Hondo Bobcats, we hope he's going to be okay. Other broadcasts coming your way tonight here on Real Sports. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Right now, they're going to attend to one of the players on the field. Bobcat defender gets up on his own power. Christopher Garza, one of the defensive backs, he's the one that delivered the hit on Emmanuel Sanchez. The gain on the play was 6, so 2nd and 4 coming up for the La Féria Lions. And now jogging off under his own power is Garza, so hopefully he returns on the Rio Hondo side. Meanwhile, La Féria trying to get this offense rolling. 2 backs in the backfield this time on Dorian Hernandez. 2 receivers to the left side. Ball on the left hash mark. 10:21 to go here in the third quarter. Snap back. They'll run the ball. Left side, and that's nothing. A carry by Darius Hernandez. He was met at the 15, lost a yard on the play. And 3rd and 6 coming up now for La Féria's Lions. Clock running with 10:02 to go here in the third quarter. Lions offense rolling out right-hand side. Pass delivered. It's caught. First down yardage out across the 25-yard line. That'll move the chains. A nice catch by Caleb Flores on a good delivery by Dorian Hernandez. Lions offense moves the ball downfield out across the 25 to the 26. 1st and 10, 9:44 to go in the third. High snap, running play, left side. Out to the 30, penalty flag thrown, so we'll wait and see. Hector Mendez on the carry. But again, that penalty was thrown in a spot which normally is going to be some kind of a hold against the offense. Stops the clock with 9:36 left here in the third quarter of play. Officials still talking it over. Now they'll pick up the flag, and no foul on the play. So the gain will be across the 31, which is good enough for a 5-yard gain for the La Féria Lions. Second down play coming up, 9:30 and counting here in the third quarter. Dorian Hernandez, 3 receivers line up right-hand side, single receiver left. Bobcats showing blitz from the left side. They'll run the ball. Hernandez keeps himself, hitting the backfield, gets away from one, won't get away from the second. Tackle made by Justin Flores. Back in the game, Christopher Garza turned Hernandez back upfield into Flores. And now 3rd and 7 coming up for La Féria's Lions. 8:56 to go here in the third quarter of play. Swing pass, right side. Caught. Here comes Hernandez. Darius looking for a block. Hit. Gets away from one man. Won't get away from the next. And down he goes at the 31. 4 yards shy of a first down for the La Féria Lions. As the ball's spotted down, well, call it the 33. They get out past the 35. If you get to the 36, it's a first down. Lions line up in punt formation. 8:24 and counting here in the third quarter. Bobcats showing they're going to come after this, but they don't. They back away. Wobbly kick, takes a high bounce, and it'll roll dead at the 32. And that's where the Bobcats of Rio Hondo will take over. Their second time the offense is on the field to start the second half. Again, fans, normally I would take a commercial break right here, but right now we're dealing with some computer issues that's not going to allow me to take a break. And therefore, I'll just keep rolling. I want to remind you, again, for Rio Hondo and for La Féria, I don't have any true sponsors that have bought on board for this. I've got spots available, and I could easily run commercials once we get that in place. First down play with 8:09 to go here in this third quarter. Running play for the Bobcats. They'll bounce it left side, and Vasquez into the secondary. Spins past a tackle, breaks another, gets out to the 45-yard line. That's a 14-yard gain and a first down for the Bobcats. Mendez in on the stop, but he was the fourth guy to hit Daniel Vasquez. Quick snap. They'll swing a pass left side. It's going to be caught by Torres. Torres upended, but not before he gains 9 yards, and the Bobcats offense moving the ball on this second possession of the second half. Back over on the La Féria side of the 50. Ball spotted down at the 46, 2nd and 1. Ortega, quick snap, hands it off. Vasquez again with room in the secondary, makes a man miss, runs through another, gets down inside the 35 to the 31. Another strong carry. An 18-yard gain, and the Bobcats of Rio Hondo moving down the field. One of the Lions shaken up. 7:20 to go here in this third quarter. They're looking at Troy Mendez. Mendez has been on plenty of stops. Mendez gets up under his own power. He'll jog off. Hopefully he's okay for the La Féria Lions. Meanwhile, this drive is moving downhill for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Already down to the 31 of the Lions. They showed signs of moving the ball with this kind of power in the first half, but every time they did, the Lions found a way to stop the drive. 7:20 and counting as they crank the clock up, and away we go. Ortega, 2 receivers either side of the field. High snap, swings a pass left side. It's caught by Frank Hernandez. Drives forward, got down to the 21-yard line. That's an 11-yard gain and a first down strike to Frank Hernandez. 1st and 10, Bobcats of Rio Hondo with 7:02 to go here in the third. Bobcats were held in check on their first drive. Lions were stopped. Bobcats moving here. And the whistle blows, a penalty before the next snap. 5-yard penalty against the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. Guy down there selling Raspas. Looks like my wife spotted that. Wants to try to eat one while she's filming. We'll see how that works. Mimi's trying to flag him down. 6:35 to go. Bobcats run the ball up the middle, out to the 25. Short gain on the play brings up 2nd down. 14 yards to go for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Clock running. Nearing the midway point here of the third quarter. Shotgun for Ortega. Wants to throw, has time. Swings it right side. It's going to be caught. And the receiver's quickly brought down. Great coverage and pursuit that time by Jaime Carriola. Catch was made, but nothing doing on that. And so it's quickly 3rd and 5th. Make it 3rd and 16 yards to go for the Bobcats. .537 to go here in the third. Ortega keeps Gary in the backfield. Drops back to throw. Here comes pressure. They pick that up. Rolls out left side, looking, going to get hit, and down he goes. The Lions make a big play. Making the play was Aja Hernandez, and 4th and a bundle now for the Bobcats as the ball's all the way back across the 31 of the La Féria Lions. Clock running, 5 minutes and counting here in the third quarter. Bobcats looking to the sideline. Play clock down to 15. They appear to keep the offense on the field. Got to get it inside the 13 to get a first down of the Bobcats. From the 31, Ortega wants to throw. Has time. Rolling right. Still looking. Here comes pressure. Delivers the ball downfield in traffic. Tipped away. Incomplete. Making the play was Jaden Martinez, and the Lions defense does it again. 4:33 left in the third quarter. That drive was rolling right downhill, and the Lions said no. Now the Lions offense comes onto the field. Can they now generate some offense, or will this Rio Hondo Bobcat defense continue to be the story? Ball spotted at the 31 of the Lions. Dorian Hernandez brings him up to the line. Wide left is Noe Konda. Joining him out here in the flats is Eric Luna. Dropping back to throw, Hernandez looks, swings a receiver screen. It's caught out across the 30, middle of the field, 35-yard line. 6-yard gain for Noe Konda. And with 4:18 to go here in the third quarter, the Lions face second, I'll call it a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. Dorian Hernandez lines him up, twins left and right. Pressure showed up the middle by the Bobcats. They back off. Hernandez rolls out, swings a pass, incomplete. Receiver upended there. And here comes a penalty at the end of the play. Emmanuel Sanchez was hit as the ball went sailing past his hands. Bobcat fans will not like this call. You'll hear the crowd on this side, which is the Lion fans, and they'll react to what will be a 15-yard penalty. Clock stops with 3:57 to go. Now the officials are having a discussion. Flag was thrown right at the spot where the receiver was trying to make the catch. Ball was off his hands, and then the defender delivered the hit. Get a long discussion right now by the officials, and now a penalty thrown against the Bobcats. Bobcat players were converged over there with one of the other officials. While the two were talking about the penalty, a third official was engaged in conversation. So this will result in 2 penalties against the Rio Hondo Bobcats, both being the 15-yard variety. And with 3:57 to go, that's a 30-yard march in penalty yards coming up against the Bobcats. And thus, it woke up the homecoming crowd here, the parent night crowd in La Féria. And I've been kind of waiting for that. Lions have it. They're going to mark the ball down at the 49-yard line of the Bobcats. 1st and 10. They'll set the play clock in motion. 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 49. Hernandez takes a snap. Fakes the handoff, drops back to throw. Looking over the middle. Got a man wide open. It's going to be caught inside the 20-yard line. First down on a big play to Noe Konda. Big play that time for the Lions. In the red zone now, La Féria moving the ball. Dorian Hernandez races him up to the line. No huddle offense. Sets him down with Dickerson in the backfield. Timeout called by the Bobcats. They had to overcome the penalty and then the big strike over the middle. And a timeout called by Rio Hondo. 6-0 game. 3:43 left in the third quarter. And that was a terrific strike from Hernandez to Noe Konda. And had Konda been able to stay on his feet, he was behind everybody in the secondary. And that would have been 6 points on the board for the La Féria Lions. But again, that penalty and the second penalty, as soon as that was called, this La Féria crowd woke up. We're right near the student section on my right. This is a jam-packed crowd. Rio Hondo fans over on the other side will start to make some noise as well, but right now La Féria with some momentum. Dorian Hernandez in a shotgun formation, single back in the backfield. That's Dickerson, and here's Dickerson on the run. Off right tackle, now I throw a pass instead, incomplete. Great ball fake by Hernandez. Faked yours truly out. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 for the Lions. Now this Lion offense was anything but in sync in that first half. This Rio Hondo team, this shutout is legit thus far. 2nd down play for Hernandez. Lines up with 3 receivers on the left side of the field. Football spotter right in the middle of the field on this 2nd and 10 play. Long count this time. Hernandez rolls out to his left, looking, fires the ball downfield, in the end zone, touchdown Lions! Touchdown La Féria Lions, and they tie it up with 3:29 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Dorian Hernandez spun away at the initial snap, and that kind of froze the secondary just long enough for the touchdown strike. Extra point coming up for the Lions. Lions having some personnel issues. Play clock is at 14, so they can get players on the field. They do. And now we'll wait for the extra point. Arnold Gonzalez, the kicker. Ball down, kick up, long, high, and good. Lions lead 7-6 with 3:29 left in the 3rd. La Féria for the first time on the night on top. And the Lions lead this one 7-6. Funny how one play can turn things around and wake up a crowd, and in this case, wake up an offense. Seven-6 ball game. Lions offense came to life. They were aided by a penalty, a couple of big penalties right there in the middle of that drive. But after that, Dorian Hernandez went to work. 3:29 left in the 3rd. Like I said, I think the first team to 20 in the driver's seat in this football game. So don't think it's over yet. 7-6 ball game as the Bobcats will head back to return this kick. Again, a video presentation of this game will be available after this audio game. I'll also have some highlights that I'll post on our social media, on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. Remind you fans to watch our broadcasts of other games. Kickoff by the Lions. Fielded inside the 10. Bobcats trying to make it to the middle of the field. Will do so. Get out to the 24, and that's where they'll start the drive. 1st and 10 with 3:21 left here in this 3rd quarter of play. And now here comes the Rio Hondo offense. And you go back to that drive before the Lions scored, and Rio Hondo was moving ball downfield. That drive was going downhill in a hurry. It got all the way down inside the red zone, and then a 5-yard penalty set him backwards, and then the Lions defense went to work. Ended up turning the ball over and downs. Player shaken up on that kick return. One of the Bobcats. A big collision down there, and that's where that player was shaken up. Time on the clock is 3:21 left here in the 3rd quarter. 7-6 is your score. And again, we're on a pause here for a player shaken up on the Rio Hondo side. of the field. All the big guys were here tonight. I was looking at Channel 5. Joel Villanueva was here. I see Freddie's down here getting some great action shots on the photo side of things. Channel 4's here. Mr. Seeley and Gage DeVin out there. .321 left here in this third quarter. There's Channel 4 down there. Meanwhile, the player up on his own feet. On the video side of things, we figure we'll go ahead and show that as well. Mr. Seeley getting his notes ready. Mr. Gage DeVin getting in some highlights and getting ready to go live on Channel 4 tonight. Meanwhile, Channel 5's here as well. So like I said, all the big guns are here. I used to join those guys for 6 solid years. Now I'm up here in the middle of the bleachers. Nothing wrong with that either. 3:21 left here in the third. Bobcats of Rio Hondo, offense on the field. 2 receivers left, 1 route to the right side. And they'll run the ball right up the middle, and that is stuck and nothing doing. A loss on the play of a yard. Vasquez, that time on the carry, did not get back to the line of scrimmage unless they give him a real kind spot. And they will, of a gain of a half yard. 2nd down and 9 for the Bobcats. Ortega wants to throw. Swing pass left side, caught, receiver out across the 30 in a hurry. Short of first down yardage, but a good gain by Adrian Torres after the catch. Stretched it out near the 35. He's a yard short of that. So 3rd and 1 for the Bobcats. Lions trying to get some personnel on the field, and they snap occurs. They didn't get a guy off the field. The play is stopped at the line of scrimmage, but a penalty thrown is going to be 5 yards against Rio Hondo. Or check that, against La Féria. Trying to get a player onto the field and then realized they didn't need him on there, and so they were trying to get him off. Meanwhile, the snap occurred and a 5-yard penalty. So a first down for Rio Hondo as they'll move the ball out across the 35 to the 37.5-yard line. Clock stops with 2:23. Now it's cranking. 2:20 and counting here in the third quarter. Bobcats down 1. Ortega has him set down. Sends a man out of the motion, out of the backfield. That's Vasquez. Swings a pass in his direction. Runs over a man and then steps out of bounds. Vasquez with a collision that time against Roberto Fraga. Ends up gaining 5 yards. Got out of bounds, so 2:09 left here in the third. Bobcats up to the line. Ortega. 2 receivers either side of the field. High snap, hands the ball off. It's Vasquez, penalty on the play. He got out across the 45 to the 46, would be a couple yards short of a first down, but now we'll sort out the penalty. All indications this will be against Rio Hondo. It's a false start. They'll call it an illegal formation. Either way, 5-yard penalty. And you think that's insignificant until you look back at the last drive, and that's what really stopped Rio Hondo in their tracks as they were marching the ball downfield. So now it's 2nd and 10. Every time Rio Hondo goes backwards, this Lion defense ramps it up another notch. See if that occurs here or if the Bobcats can come up with a big play. On 2nd and 10. Ortega keeps it himself, runs forward, hit at the 41, driven backward. The play is blown dead. So a short gain of 3. 3rd and every bit of 7 coming up for the Bobcats of Rio Hondo. Clock running with 1:30 to go here in the third quarter. Only touchdown of the game scored by the La Féria Lions here in this third quarter. Extra point on that, the difference in the ball game on the scoreboard. Ortega takes a snap, rolls out left side, looking, firing, and it's going to be picked off by the Lions. Down the sidelines, and the Lions defense makes another huge play here in the third. Interception, Isaiah Vento with 1:07 to go. He jumped the route on the right sideline right in front of the Rio Hondo players. And the Lions on a turnover take over. Minute 7 to go here in the third. They'll mark him out at the 42-yard line of Rio Hondo. See if the La Féria Lions dial up something over the top and go deep for a big play right after the turnover. Hernandez brings him up to the line. Sanchez and Conde out to the left-hand side. Out to the right-hand side is Caleb Flores. Meanwhile, the officials have blown the play dead for a moment. I think everyone's set. We'll go to play here in a moment. We're ready to go. Hernandez was up there ready to take a snap. The official said, wait a minute. Now we're set. Dorian Hernandez. Shotgun formation, drops back to throw. Deep drop. Pressure coming. Gets away from it. Steps up again. Now delivers over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Circus catch nearly made by Caleb Flores. Scoreboard is correct, my friends, if you're asking who's winning. That score is correct on the board. 58 seconds left here in the third quarter. They'll call a hold against the La Féria Lions on that play. That's a 10-yard penalty. Stays first down. Moves the ball back on the Lions side of the 50. Bobcat defense can now pin their ears back and come after this Lion team. They too have made some plays in this ball game. Hernandez sees a blitz coming up the middle, and here they come. Rolls out, looking, gonna keep it. Now he delivers a pass downfield, and out of bounds it goes. Penalty thrown behind the play. Probably ineligible downfield against the Lions. And in the lineman's defense, Dorian Hernandez 2 times had made a commitment as if he was going to run that ball downfield. On the second one is when the line released, thinking, okay, we got to go block somebody. And then he delivered the pass, which he was simply delivering the pass incomplete to prevent losing yardage. Second down and 10. Check it, 2nd and 20 now for the La Féria Lions. Dorian Hernandez out of a shotgun formation. Takes a snap, drops back to throw. Hernandez rushed out of the pocket. Slings it left sideline. It's going to be a great, no, out of bounds. Out of bounds. Noe Conda thought he had the catch. The official standing right there said no chance. 41 seconds left in the third. 3rd and 20 coming up for the La Féria Lions, and now again, Rio Hondo Bobcats can pin their ears back and come after Dorian Hernandez here. This drive started after a La Féria Lion interception. Trying to capitalize, turning that into points of the Lions. They face 3rd and 20. Hernandez lines him up. Sees a blitz coming up the middle, and here they come. Rolls out right side. Pressure, delivers the ball downfield. Got a man at the 40. Short of first down yardage. It's a good 17-yard gain, though, on a catch by Caleb Flores. And it brings up an interesting call now for the La Féria Lions. There'll be a personal foul, illegal block, though, behind the play. That's against the Lions. Wave it off. That's a 15-yard penalty. So instead of it being 4th and 3, Lions are going to be 3rd in eternity. They'll move the ball back to the Lion 33. Now if you're the Rio Hondo defense, and you can get a stop right here, field position should swing back in your possession coming off of what was an interception last time your offense was on the field. Hernandez trying to do something about that. Steps up, hit, and down he goes. Sack made as the Bobcats, Gabriel Martinez makes a play. 10 seconds and counting in the third quarter. That should take us to the 4th, as La Féria Lions are going to have to punt. That's the end of the third. Our score, 7-6. La Féria leads. Buckle up. Fourth quarter coming up. Fourth quarter here in La Féria. 12 minutes on the clock. La Féria Lions and the Rio Hondo Bobcats in action on a Friday night. Live audio, my friends. The only thing I'm going to have to change now will be the score if someone scores. Otherwise, I'm not touching this computer. Lions punt the ball away. It's going to be down to around the 42-yard line of La Féria. So Rio Hondo, the offense comes onto the field in good field position here. Bobcats on first down. Hand the ball to Vasquez, and he just stretches forward down to the La Féria Lion 40. 11:50 and counting here in this ball game. Second down play here. Pass play. Ton of time for Ortega. The ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. Ortega was just standing back there in the backfield with a ton of time. 11:30 and counting. Bobcats. On third down, they'll look to throw again. Looking a pass on the right side. It's going to be caught. It's going to be short of first down yardage. And so it's fourth down. Eleven minutes to go. On 4th and 1, Bobcats are going to go for it. Handoff up the middle. Vasquez got a first down and a lot more. Vasquez to the house, right up the middle. 32 yards, touchdown. Bobcats back on top. On 4th and 1, a huge hole opened right up the middle for Daniel Vasquez. Into the house. Bobcats on top, 12-7. That's their first score of the game as a touchdown. 2 field goals in the first half. Now, touchdown on a running play. Fans, again, apologize for not being able to show you this game live. Those are keeping up with us live. It's audio only on Friday nights. Thank you, UIL. This is not a real Sports Live decision. We'll change the score after the extra point. Because again, I gotta disrupt my poor computer here, which doesn't like to be touched. I knew if I changed a quarter, it would give us a little grief. And those on the live side, the audio, you may experience some delays. And that's what happens when I just literally touch something going on over there. Giving you a little bit of behind the scenes there, just so you understand, it's not your device in this case. We got terrific internet here. and I bought a computer that was perfectly designed to handle this stream the way we had it set up. And then some things happened on Facebook, some changes August 15th, right before the season started, that changed the way we were broadcasting our games moving into the season with this Friday night live audio and a video presentation, in this case on a private broadcast, which we could eventually make public. 10:49 to go here in the ball game. Bobcats will be going for an extra point. Jaden Martinez say the Tarpons are up 41-21 against Gruya, and give a shout out to the Tarpons. Well, my friends, that Tarpon football team is making some noise. I was talking to some of the guys up in the press box in Brownsville a couple weeks ago, and they're like, don't sleep on that team. Bobcats going for 2 on the conversion, looking to throw end zone, and it's good for a 2-point conversion. Bobcats go up 14-7. Perfectly delivered pass. Bobcats up 14-7. Kickoff coming up. I said I thought a race to 20 would win this football game. I still believe that. 14-7. Again, that Tarpon team, I'm going to go back and talk about them a little bit. New coaching staff, but there was a lot of excitement down there in that football team, the way the kids responded to the weight room. Gabriel Avila says, I wish there was audio. I think there is audio. I certainly hope there's audio. Fans out there monitoring us, let me know. 14-7 game. I wish there were video. I'm watching it. My wife's filming it. You'll be able to watch the highlights. You'll be able to watch the game in its entirety. And it is worth going back and taking a look at this ball game. That's why I love those Thursday and Saturday games. Kickoff coming up by the Bobcats. End over end kick up the middle of the field. Fielded by Hernandez at the 20-yard line. Went sideways, got out of bounds right about the 26. And that's where La Féria will take over 1st and 10. Going back to the Lions score, it was ramped up after a penalty call around the midfield stripe set them in motion. Thank you, Gabriel. I wish it was live video as well. Any of those Saturday games are, any of those Friday games are, and we'll talk about some playoffs here in a minute. First down play for Dorian Hernandez and the La Féria Lions. He wants to throw. Rolling out, firing a pass, middle of the field, caught by Sanchez. That's a first down, out across the 43-yard line. Hernandez took a hit as he delivered the pass. Raymondville trailing Orange Grove 30-25. That's in the third quarter. First down play. Orange Grove making some noise with that game. Hernandez looks to throw again. Over the middle again, incomplete. Hernandez that time took another shot as getting back there in the backfield was Derek Castellanos. Incomplete pass brings up second down. For the La Féria Lions. Hernandez in a shotgun. Rolls out right side. Looking, here comes pressure. Gets rid of the ball. And it's caught inside the 35-yard line. A great catch by Darius Hernandez. Dorian delivered the pass, and he was drilled as he got rid of that one too. All the way down to the Bobcat 35. 10-13 and counting here in this fourth quarter of play. Dorian Hernandez and the La Féria Lions. Seeing a blitz coming left-hand side. Hands the ball off, running play up the middle, and that goes for maybe a yard. On a carry, Avishai Dickerson on the stop. Two guys were there defensively. Castellanos was there. Also over to help out was Jesus Gare. 9:42 to go here in this fourth quarter. Hernandez rolls out left-hand side. Has time, delivers a pass, caught inside the 25, down to the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Lions on the move again. Sanchez with the catch again, and he took on a defender that time and delivered more of the hit than did the defender. 9:27 and counting in the ball game. Lions now in the red zone. Set up at the 16 of the Bobcats. Hernandez in a shotgun formation. 3 receivers right side of the field. Lions take the snap. Here comes pressure. Sets up a screen pass. Incomplete pass. Off the hands of Dickerson. Tarpons score again. 48 points put up by Port Isabel. Taking on LaGruya. Second down play. Hernandez rolls out right side for the Lions. Pressure coming. Gets rid of a man. Nice job in the end zone. Up for grabs. Picked off in the end zone by the Bobcats. How about that play by Christopher Garza? Garza climbed the ladder. Gets the pick. Stumbled out to the 2-yard line. And the Bobcats defense makes a play. 9 minutes left in the ball game. Rio Hondo got to be careful back here now. Now a penalty's thrown after the play. And this may be against the Rio Hondo Bobcats. If it is, there's not much room to mark off penalty yards. And here comes the call. It's a sideline warning against Rio Hondo, so that will not be any penalty yards. So each team has now had a sideline warning. So now you got to be careful. Any more sideline warnings will result in penalty yards against either team. 1st and 10 for Rio Hondo. Football back at their own 2. Up to the line is Josiah Ortega. Do you dare go something over the top here? Ortega, under his own center, takes a snap, hands the ball off in the backfield. Man hit, might have gained a half yard, might have lost a yard. He did. Loss of a yard. 2nd down and long for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. All kinds of things can go wrong here for Rio Hondo. So I know the celebration was you got the interception, but now you got to be extremely cautious on how you take care of the football here. And if you don't get a 1st down out of this, you're punting from your own end zone. See what the Bobcats draw up here. They lead by 7. 8:26 left in the ball game. Ortega under center again. 2 backs in the backfield in an I formation. Pitches it back, left-hand side, and some room out to the 5-yard line. I know that's only a gain of 4, but that's 4 big yards by Daniel Vasquez. And he gets a little breathing room now for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Ball at the 6. Bobcats are going to have to get the ball out across the 12 to get a 1st down. 3rd and every bit of 6 to go. But again, they're out of the shadows of their... They can at least take a snap without standing in the end zone. Ortega turns, fakes the handoff, rolls out from the end zone, delivers a pass wide open but incomplete. Frank Hernandez was there. Incomplete pass, and now the tables turn. You go from the celebration of the interception for Rio Hondo to suddenly hold your breath. You got to punt from your end zone. Lions will send a man back to return the punt. As they'll drift back, Derek Perez will stand at the 45-yard line of Rio Hondo. Josiah Ortega stands in his own end zone. Good snap. Ortega gets the kick away just in time. Away from the return man. Takes a Rio Hondo bounce outside the 40, down at the 41. of the Bobcats, and that's where La Feria's Lions will take over. 7:19 left in this ball game. Lions down 7. They were shut out in the first half, scored their only touchdown in this game in the third quarter. Start a drive at the 40 of the Bobcats, and out of the huddle, here they come. Shotgun formation for Dorian Hernandez. Hernandez drops back. Here comes pressure. Steps up. Has time. Has a lot of time. Downfield. Has a man. Incomplete. Inside the 5. Conde was there behind the secondary. Ball just out of his reach, and Dorian Hernandez would like to have that one back. 7:10 to go in the game. Clock stops. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Check that. Rio Hondo only has 1 timeout left in this game. Hernandez on 2nd and 10. Sends a man in motion left to right. Hands the ball off. Receiver sweep goes for about 3 yards on a carry by Emmanuel Sanchez. And 3rd and 7 coming up for La Féria. Got to get it to the 30-yard line of the Bobcats for a first down if you're on the La Féria sidelines. And this crowd is eerily quiet on the La Féria side. It's a big crowd. They make something big happen, they'll get vocal. 3rd down play, 7 yards to go. Hernandez rolls out left side, has some time, gets a pass away. It's going to be incomplete. Off the hands of Sanchez. And then 2 defenders were back there who each thought they had a chance at a tip drill interception. Decision time now for La Féria. 4th and 7 from the 30, call it the 38 of the Bobcats. You go for it, and don't get it, you're giving up good field position. You punt the ball, you're hoping to get it pinned down inside the 10. You also have to worry about it going into the end zone. Punt formation. Snap back, a good one. Kick is away. Wobbly kick. Lands, takes a Rio Hondo bounce outside the 10. Down to about the 12. And that's where the Bobcats will take over with 6:23 left here in the fourth quarter. La Féria Lions will have the ball, 1st and 10. Again, our appreciation of the fans who have kept up with our broadcasts. We'll go over 3 million minutes viewed tonight on our social media site in just our first year. I ran a report earlier this week, and I knew we were on target for it. Again, it still astounds me we achieved those numbers as fast as we did. First down play for Ortega. Single back in the backfield for the Bobcats. Pitch out left side. Lions turn that back upfield. Gain of a yard or 2. Vasquez looked like there may have been some room to run, but that pursuit by the Lion defense shut that down. Now a Bobcat player goes down. That may be Vasquez that's shaken up. 6:09 left here in this game. We'll take a look at, reminding you that we've got a video replay of this that you'll be able to see these. And Jaime Lopez commenting about, he wish he had a nickel for every drop pass. These are in traffic kind of passes with some heavy hitting going on in the backside. If you do hang on as a receiver, you're going to get popped on either side of this line of scrimmage. Vasquez up under his own power. He'll walk gingerly towards the sideline. So if you're Rio Hondo and you were trying to run some time off the clock on this possession, you just lost a weapon, at least for a snap or more, as Daniel Vasquez is walking off, now coach assisted, to the sideline. They'll bring in Jesus Gare, the senior tailback, to replace Vasquez. 2nd and 6. Ball at the Bobcats 16. 6:09 left in this ball game. Ortega sets him down. He's under center. Offset eye behind him. Clock running. Play clock down to 10. Game clock at 5:50. And already Ortega's just trying to take some time off the clock. Down to 2-1. Takes a snap. Hands the ball off in the backfield, and that's Garay. He's going to be hit 3 times, and down he goes. Did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Could have lost 3. Lost to 2. And with 5:33 and counting here in this ball game, Rio Hondo again trying to take time off the clock. If they wait as long to take this snap as they did the last one, we'll go under 5 minutes left in the game before the snap. Another back checks in now for the Bobcats into the backfield, joining Garay. That looks like Troy Macias. He'll line up as a fullback. Play clock down to 4. Ortega under center at 1, takes a snap, wants to throw, looks to throw, pressured up the middle. They're going to get him. No, he gets rid of the ball. Incomplete pass. There's no one over there, but the official's going to say he was in the act. Now here comes a penalty, and this may be a grounding call against the Bobcats. Fans are saying he was in the end zone. I don't think he was that deep. He was back inside the 5 when he delivered that pass. And so they'll mark the ball back down inside the 5. And a loss of down makes it 4th down. And they'll mark it down at the 2. Bobcats will have to punt again from inside their end zone. Back to return the punt is Derek Perez. For the La Féria Lions, he stands at his own, or at the Bobcat 37. This will take a tremendous punt by Ortega, and they're coming after it. He gets the kick away. Good job of getting the kick off to the right sideline. It goes out of bounds. Now we'll check the spot. Should be inside the 35 of Rio Hondo. 4th quarter, 4 minutes, 42 seconds left. They'll put the ball down at the Rio Hondo 36-yard line. 1st and 10. Lions down 7. They've got 2 timeouts remaining if you're counting that. And here comes Dorian Hernandez and the offense of the Lions up to the field. 1st down play, 3 receivers right side on 1st down for Hernandez. Takes a snap, drops back. Has time, rolls out right side. Now he fires, and a diving catch is made. 1st down for the Lions. Noe Conda on the catch. Ball at the 22 of the Bobcats. Hernandez in a shotgun formation. Just outside the 20 of the Bobcats. Rolls out left side this time. Steps up, hit, spun forward. Down he goes, loss of a couple yards. First guy there was Gabriel Martinez for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Makes it 2nd and 12. Ball back out near the 25 of the Bobcats. La Féria Lions looking for some magic here. Dorian Hernandez drops back to throw. Great protection this time. Flushed out of the pocket now, rolling right. Gets rid of the ball. It's caught by Sanchez. Gets rid of 2 defenders. Down inside the 15 to the 12. 1st down Lions. Great second effort that time by Emmanuel Sanchez. And the Lions are set up 1st and 10 with 3:37 left in this football game, just outside the 10. 1st and 10, down 7, timeout Rio Hondo. Lions trying to tie this up. 2 unbeatens going at it here in week 6. We do have a full highlight reel we'll play for you, my friends. Final, by the way, Port Isabel Tarpons beat Uguria Gators 48-21. Next week, the Tarpons will have a bye, and then they'll start district play. They just added another point to the Rio Hondo score. And that got the attention of the fans here on the La Féria side. They'll change that. Back to 14-7. Who's scoreboard watching anyway? 3:29 left in the game. It's 1st and 10 for La Féria as the ball's just outside the Rio Hondo 10. So the Lions can still get a first down without getting in the end zone. Dorian Hernandez in a shotgun formation. From the right hash mark, 2 receivers short side of the field, 1 receiver isolated left. Man-to-man coverage out there. Drops back to throw, looking, flushed out of the pocket, hit, and gets rid of the ball. Maybe a flag thrown here. There is. An intentional grounding call coming up against the Lions. Pressure that time by the Bobcats, Gabriel Martinez. Spot foul. Loss of down, 2nd down for the Lions, all the way back out to the 25 of the Bobcats. And so it will be 2nd down. And 23 yards to go. You can still get a first down without getting in the end zone, can the Lions. Empty backfield this time for Hernandez. Sends a man in motion, right to left. Drops back to throw, receiver screen, caught and blown up. Big play defensively by the Bobcats, and that's Jesus Garay. 3:09 to go. Bobcats protecting a 7-point lead. Timeouts left. It says the Lions have all 3 of theirs left. They're at the Bobcat 32 now. And this drive's gone backwards 20 yards since it was 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to throw is Hernandez. Here comes pressure. Gets rid of 1 man. Now he gets rid of the ball. It's going to be caught and inside the 20, back down to the 18-yard line. How about a nice reel in that time by Caleb Flores? 2:32 and counting. It was not enough for a first down. Just a big play. 4th down now for the Lions. 2:23 to go. And they're going to keep the offense on the field. Again, the game clock will become a mortal enemy for the Lions if they do not get something done here. They do have 3 timeouts left, but they're taking some time getting a play from the sidelines here on this one. We'll go down to the 2-minute mark. On 4th down, Hernandez lets it go, takes a snap, drops back. Here come the penalty flags. That'll be a false start against the Lions. So they just lost a good 25 seconds and 5 yards on the play. As that game clock got down to 1:56. McCallum Memorial knocked off tonight by La Jolla. Memorial with that comeback win last week against Mission. 4th down. Lions line up. Hernandez rolls out left side, looking for some room. Hit and stays on his feet for a moment, and then down he goes. The Bobcats make the play. Turnover on downs. And then a penalty comes in afterwards. And this may be against one of the Bobcats. If it is, it'll most likely be after the play. So we'll wait and see. That took an extra 30 seconds off the clock, so there's 1:29 left in the game. Officials discussing the play. Here comes the call. They'll call a personal foul against the La Féria Lions. That's 15 yards added to the placement of the ball for the Rio Hondo Bobcats to start this drive. Again, the Lions have all 3 timeouts left, so if this defense can get a stop, they can have some time on the clock when they get the ball back. Rio Hondo's mission right here, right now, get a first down from their own 37-yard line. 2 unbeatens going at it here in week 5. Big crowd arrived here early, and minute 29 left. Bobcats on first down. Fumble the snap. Ball back in the backfield. They'll blow it dead. Back outside the 31-yard line, and the first timeout called by the Lions. Second down, 15 yards to go, and that was danger zone. They had Cross Gonzalez back in the quarterback position on that play for the Bobcats. La Féria still has 2 timeouts remaining. Minute 22 left in the fourth quarter. Joe Bowling here with you on Rio Sports Live. We're looking for camera operators. We're looking for announcers. We're looking for salespeople with opportunities to join up with Rio Sports. I had a great visit today at San Perlita School, and there's some students there that are putting on a podcast. Wait till you see what this thing is. Talent right there. I'm looking for some schools to participate in things like that, especially for basketball season. How many basketball games could we do? Well, I tallied it up. If we covered all the tournaments from November 8th to December 27th, which is tournament time, boys and girls, we could do 850 games. I need human beings. I've got the equipment. Believe it or not, I've got the equipment to cover that many games. Here in football tonight, 2nd and 15 for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. Shotgun formation. Back in the game at quarterback is Josiah Ortega. On second down, running play. Right side, Vasquez back in the game. Gain nothing. Timeout called by the Lions. That's their second. Minute 17 left in the game. La Féria has 1 timeout remaining. And now Rocky James and the Rio Hondo Bobcats will discuss a third down play here. They've got this offense that has all kinds of weapons, can go downfield, can go through the air. But an incomplete pass would stop the clock and preserve the final timeout for the La Féria Lions. So do you run it and force the Lions to burn their final timeout and trust your defense? Or do you go for the first down, and if you get a first down, you have, in essence, won this football game? I'm just up here in the stands announcing it. I'm not coaching. That's why these guys make their money. Bobcats offense on the field. Lions already waiting. Ortega stays in a shotgun formation. Vasquez in the backfield with him. Vasquez about 3 yards behind Ortega. On third down. Ortega still 18 on the play clock, scanning this defense. Now he's going to take the snap. Runs a pass play. Option, it goes to Vasquez. Picks it up off the ground. Drop back inside the 30. Another loss on the play, and the Lions use their final timeout. There's still 1:11 left in this ball game. And La Féria's offense will get their hands on the football yet again. Minute 11 left in the fourth quarter. That's the final timeout for La Féria. So when they do get the ball, and as they send a man back to return the punt, they'll stand inside their 45. So they should get decent field position out of this. I wouldn't say great unless you get a great return. They'll have the benefit of being able to stop the clock on first down and you move the chain situations. Other than that, incomplete passes, penalties, or getting out of bounds is the only way the La Féria Lions will see that clock stop. Minute 11 to go. Lions send back to return the punt. Derek Perez. He'll stand at his 40. In punt formation is Ortega. Lions showing a return scheme. Now here they come with pressure. Kick is away. Perez goes back, lets it hit. Takes a bounce inside the 35, and that was a dangerous play that time. Evan Avila got real close to that ball for the Lions. Got tangled up with a Bobcat and almost bumped into that football. Lions take over. First down, minute 1 to go in the ball game. Down 7 from their own 33-yard line. And one guy I want to watch is Derek Castellanos, coming off that left end for the Rio Hondo Bobcats. He's been providing intense pressure on Dorian Hernandez. Hasn't got him much, but has applied a lot of pressure. Lines up here, empty backfield for Hernandez and the La Féria Lions. Minute 1 left in the game. First down play. Here comes pressure. Rolling out Hernandez, has some room, runs. 30, 40, 45, out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Heads up play, Dorian Hernandez. And that time, nobody blocked Derek Castellanos. That was all Dorian Hernandez to get out of his way. First and 10 for the Lions. 53 seconds left. Again, getting out of bounds stops the clock for the Lions. Empty backfield for Hernandez. First down play again. Drops back to throw. Has some time. Steps up. Now pressure comes. And down he goes. The Bobcats make a big play. Garay with the sack. Time running. 40 seconds and counting in the ball game. Lions don't appear to be in too much of a hurry. Now the offense gets set. Second down in a bundle. Hernandez with 30 seconds left in the game. Spikes the ball. And that'll make it third down. And again, the receivers had gotten downfield so far, and they didn't appear to be in any real hurry coming back to the line for the La Féria Lions. They lost a good 10 to 12 seconds off that play, just waiting for them to get into place. Now you got third down. You got to get a completion of some sort or a play that results in getting the ball down to the 42 of the Rio Hondo Bobcats for a first down. From the 37, their own 37, Lions, ball knocked out of the pocket, and a sack, and a fumble, and the Bobcats recover, and there's the guy I said to watch, Derek Castellanos. 19 seconds left in the ball game, and Castellanos makes a play. I don't know. If I could call every play like that, my friends, I wouldn't be announcing in the stands, I can tell you that. But you just had a sense that Derek Castellanos was going to make some kind of play. Strip, fumble recovery. Bobcats take over with